Runners hit the streets for a run in downtown Santa Ana. A school district gets a brand new sports complex. Good afternoon and welcome to this week's edition of Around and About Orange County News. I'm Jeanette Durant.
And I'm Leanne Rosales. Thank you for joining us today.
You may have noticed the orange ribbons we are wearing today.
And many of you may be wondering what it's all about. And no, it's not just because we live in Orange County.
Today we honor World Suicide Prevention Day by speaking up to reduce the stigma around talking about suicide.
It is estimated that there is a suicide death occurrence in every 40 seconds, or about 3,000 every day.
World Suicide Prevention Day aims to raise awareness that suicide is preventable, improve education about suicide, spread information about suicide, awareness, and decrease stigmatization regarding suicide.
If you or anyone you know is having thoughts about suicide, here is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. It's 800-273-8255. With these recent heat waves, do you ever catch yourself sarcastically saying, "I would kill to have it be cooler"? Well, somebody tried to do just that. Earlier this week, police arrested a man on possession of illegal guns. A neighbor says that when the incident began, the man pulled out the gun on the air conditioning serviceman and threatened him to hurry the process of fixing his air conditioner. When the neighbors heard the commotion, they called the Tustin police, and the man was then shortly taken into custody. What would you do if a natural disaster was to hit your city tomorrow? Are you prepared?
Our reporter Claudia Carrera was in Santa Ana to find out what you need to know in such a situation. Let's see.
These radios will become a source of communication between the emergency rescue crews.
We're not connected to anything that plugs into electricity because when the big one hits throughout Southern California, the cell phones will become jammed with too many people trying to make calls, and that's where we can take the overload.
This free emergency preparedness exposition in Santa Ana aims to educate and prepare the public for large-scale natural disasters. Emergency Preparedness Coordinator Stephen Reimer stresses the importance of events like this.
Food and water supplies, emergency lighting, how to take care of some of the injuries so that they can take care of themselves when the emergency responders are busy.
Fire extinguisher trainer was just one of the demonstrations happening today, and I decided to give it a try.
Now, learning how to use a fire extinguisher can definitely be a lifesaver. Here at the Emergency Preparedness Exposition, they emphasize how important it is to keep yourself well informed and prepared for any emergency situations such as an earthquake.
Volunteer Susan Trent shares some of the most important items to have with you at all times. One of them is a food bar.
This is 3 days worth of food. It's an apple cinnamon food bar. Tastes like a Nature Valley granola bar. Why this is important is it's portable.
Is there anything, an item that you believe a lot of people don't consider when it comes to this situation?
A radio. So if we have a fire and it's not real close, but you need to keep eye on it, the radio, AM radio, is the best way to find out about those disasters.
Susan believes that always having an emergency kit with you can be a lifesaver. Reporting from Santa Ana for Around and About Orange County News, Claudia Carrera.
I am definitely getting one of those emergency kits. Emergencies can happen at any second and it's better to be prepared. Ready to get down a fantastic Friday? Thrift Shop Assistant League of Santa Ana offers 50% of all store items on first Friday of every month. The event will be held on 1037 West 1st Street from 10 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. For more information, log on to their website at www.assistkids.org or call 714-543-1120. New technology is being incorporated at Santa Ana College Digital Media Center.
Our reporter Alexis Cortez got us all the details.
seems like technology is changing every day. This is especially true for cameras. And of course, the Digital Media Center is trying to keep up with the latest technology to ensure the highest quality education for the students. And that is why Santa Ana College has made the upgrade to RED cameras. Cesar Oriano talked more in depth about the new equipment.
What is introduced with the RED cameras and the Sony cameras is that students will get the opportunity to shoot in 4K, which is ultra high resolution. And what 4K is the new standard that production companies and film companies are using during production for these high value videos and films. So the RED cameras are going to introduce a new method of production for our students. A lot of our students are used to the TV production side and the single field camera production side, but more using prosumer introductory professional cameras. But what's going to introduce is, what the RED cameras will introduce is a new complexity that they haven't seen before. And what that complexity is going to be is working with raw video footage or raw digital files. And that's the big difference from RED and regular cameras.
Well guys, with all that new technology about RED cameras, even I want to sign up for the class and learn more about them. Reporting for Around and About Orange County News, my name is Alexis Cortez.
How exciting! Next semester, the tech-savvy will be able to look through a new lens. Yes, they can. Women are dominating at the Rangers School at Fort Benning in Georgia. 2 women have successfully completed the 61-day obstacle that tests their strength and endurance. It began with the 19 women and 381 men, ending with 2 women, U.S. Army Captain Kristen Grease and Lieutenant Shay Haver, and the 94 men graduating from the Rangers School. Talk about some girl power. January 2016 Defense Secretary Ashton Carter will make the final call on which position will be open for the women.
A man was stabbed to death outside of Patsy Iris in Laguna Niguel on Monday night. The Orange County Sheriff's deputies found Cheyenne Mosray stabbed in the upper torso. The 22-year-old was transported to Mission Hospital where he later died. The Sheriff's Department had identified a suspect in the stabbing of Mosray as Craig Tanber. Tanber is described as a 37-year-old white male, 6 feet 1 inch tall and 190 pounds, with brown hair, hazel eyes, and tattoos. It is said that he is a gang member. Anyone with any information, please contact the Sheriff's Department Homicide Unit at 714-647-7055 or at 714-647-7000.
Well, runners were all over downtown Santa Ana for health and fitness awareness.
Our reporter Rudy was there trying to keep up with them.
And they're off! Runners of all ages stretched and warmed up just before the start of Santa Ana's 5K run. Hundreds passed through the starting line at French Street and 4th and continued throughout some of the city's more historic areas. At the finish line, runners were able to go bananas as they refueled and rehydrated. City Council member Roman Reyna helped award the runners and talked about the increased attendance.
When I talked to staff, I said, this year we should try to double. Let's go to 1,500. You know, in fact, let's shoot for 2,000. Let's publicize it as fast as we possibly can and get it out to social media. So I, along with some of my colleagues and some of my circles, we blasted it out on social media, and we constantly put it out there and just watch the numbers grow and grow and grow.
Santa Ana high school student Francisco Avila placed 3rd in the race and talked about how he started running along with his training.
I train like very hard every time I'm at this, like with the whole team, and I'm very like consistent to the practices.
There were a lot of other activities that happened besides the 5K run, including a Zumba demonstration, which turned into, well, more of a dance party.
Festivities for this year's 5K run are wrapping up. There's just a basketball game or two happening right there behind me, and Santa Ana City Council members and event organizers are hoping for even more runners next year. Reporting from Plaza Santa Ana, for Around and About Orange County News, I'm Rudy Garcia.
Maybe next year Rudy will be in running shorts, actually keeping up. In celebration of National Child Awareness Month for the 8th consecutive year, the 14th Annual Festival of Children opened this Labor Day weekend at South Coast Plaza. The festival brings together charities, organizations, and individuals working on children's issues. The events filled with talent shows, life-size sculptures, animal shows, and plenty of arts and crafts activities are free to the public. The Festival of Children will run until the last week of September, so don't miss it.
Listen up, car lovers, because you may have missed your chance this past Labor Day weekend. The Orange County Fairgrounds hosted the annual Labor Day Cruise event, which presented more than 1,000 cars models built before 1978. This was a nonprofit event organization that donated proceeds to the Warriors Foundation Freedom Station program, which supports and aids injured military members.
The Santa Ana Unified School District opened its new sports complex.
AAOC reporter Adan Servin was there for the grand opening.
1, 2, 3.
Cheering and a ribbon cutting marked the opening of a new sports complex in Santa Ana. Board members of the Santa Ana Unified School District welcomed the new facility located on Glenwood Plains and Rate Street. Students can now practice in a number of areas, including a football field, 2 baseball and softball fields, and 2 soccer fields. Teresa Garcia, mother of a local high school student, shared her thoughts about the new fields.
It is very exciting. It's something, it really is going to freshen up Santa Ana. It really makes the community better. I love driving down right now. It looks amazing out here.
The ceremony also featured inductees honored into the Wall of Fame, like Mary Lou Eggman's late husband, Earl Eggman.
Yes, he refereed and he just did a lot of things in the community. He represented, worked at CIF a lot. He's being inducted in the Hall of Fame at CIF too this year.
And what a great way to kick off the season. Valley High School against Segerstrom Fundamental High School. Reporting in Santa Ana, Adan Servin for Around and About Orange County News.
Even though both teams gave it their all, unfortunately, the final score ended in a tie of 8-8.
Well, thank you for joining us for the first Around and About Orange County News of the semester.
And please join us for the rest of the semester. Don't forget to check out our Spanish show, Noticiero Latino del Condado de Orange.